Hi friends, this is Dr. Apurv Mehra and welcome to Monday Motivation again. When you look at this topic which I chose, promise to yourself, right? I am ruling out any other competition that exists which can harm you, stop you, or cause an obstacle. There are five things which I thought if an aspirant or anybody in his life does every day, he can create a difference over a span of time. Let's take you're writing an exam in 4 weeks or 4 months or 6 months. But if you start imbibing these five things in your daily routine, you will make a difference. So, number one, promise to yourself, right? Promise yourself. You will be up on time. You know, they always say that good start is half finish. If you do that, you're already heading ahead of majority. Now, if you look at this, let's assume I am somebody who is an early riser. I have habit of getting up at 5 or 6 a.m. Let's assume that, although I get up earlier. And if I do it consistently over few days, months, and then over years, I will be always ahead of people who are irregular in their sleep pattern. This is not something that you will get up and do it. It shows discipline. It also means you have to be on the bed at the right time a night before. So start early. This gives you an advantage. I'll club with it the point and start revision. What revision? What you did a day before. So this first point is something. सुबह उठे और जल्दी से जल्दी वो रिवाइज करने की कोशिश करिए जो कल पढ़ा था. My request is within first 45 minutes your getting up to revision cycle should be done. So I have spoken to few toppers over last 20 years and they had one thing in common. They were trying to do revision along with studies. So this is one thing that one must do every day. Number two, start your schedule. Now here, when you have talking about start your schedule is again a promise a night before that when you sleep, you write down on a piece of paper or a sheet, this is how you will frame your day. Your day framing should be a little ahead of what you can actually accomplish because it's good to try to put more things than you actually know you can do. So my aim is to become a better version of today what I was yesterday, and so gradually I can improve. Even 1%, one thing in a day can make a huge difference over time. So this is something. Second thing, start your schedule. Let nobody come in between you. There should not be any social media before this. No calls. Avoid eating before this thing. Give yourself first 2 to 3 hours to get in the tone of preparing towards your goal. Third thing, teach as you learn. Learn a new topic every day. Try to go in the depth of the previous topics every day. It is very, very important that a person who's preparing should have a clarity. And sometimes you realize there is something that gets stuck to you, but when you try to explain it to somebody, right, you have a better clarity. Try to teach the wall if there's nobody with you. But before you move ahead to something, you should be very clear that you have the grasp of the same topic. Number 4, keep yourself some time for a hobby that you have. Whether it's a walk, whether it's music, whether it's art, give some time to it. As the time would go on, this amount of time will keep on reducing. Initially, you can make it 30 minutes, it can go on to 20 minutes and 10 minutes, but make sure there is some time for you to analyze. People do not become good when they work harder. They become good when they think more. So give yourself time to think more. This is very, very important. This is your thinking time. So this revision is your auto mode. This is your reading mode. This is your interaction mode. And this is your analysis mode. You know, and then the fifth thing, which I want to tell you, the fifth promise that you should do. If you are going towards anything in your life, you need to know what you're hitting at. If you're a cricketer, get up in the morning, revise what you have learned yesterday, what videos you saw, the knocks that you had, the balls that you bowled. Start going from the specific routine. Understand where you require improvisation. And most importantly, think where you can go further. But the fifth point, you need to play. So if you are writing your MCQs, the fifth part is practice MCQs every day. Bookmark them. And while you are doing this, the fifth part, when you're doing the MCQs, because MCQs is an art and craft acquired by practice, right? To learn it and to solve it and to finally crack the entrance exams. So when you do them, it is very, very important to do two things while you're doing it. Get ready for what you need to revise tomorrow and plan your next day. This is your point number 1 and 2. You start with revision, and point number 2, you plan your day. So this is something which is very important. It should go hand in glove. It should be very auto mode. Subah uthe, daily routine start kiya, revision kiya. So you start, get up with your daily routine, revise. As your revision is over, overlapping with it, start your new day because you want to go fresh with something. Try to read a topic every day, which is difficult, and teach you somebody. Clear your concepts. Have some time where you're not actually doing for which you're preparing, not studying, doing something else. Even if you are a big player, you know you need to warm up. So this is your warming up or thinking time, analysis time. And then finally, before you sleep, give a dedicated 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes for MCQ, because that is where the game is. You know, here you have to stop listening to two crowds. Crowd number 1 who's outside, crowd number 2 who's inside. They say that crowd number 1 is who will always say you can't do it. That's okay. Crowd number 2 is which tells you, I will fall 7 times, I get up the 8th time. This is what the famous book, the Japanese book Ikigo says, that get up the 8th time if you have a fall the 7th time, and keep things very simple. You know, there is a very beautiful thing that I want to share with you. When we try to pursue something with a passion, as we try to chase something with a passion, many a time the results are not just the next day or the next step, but many a time we have seen majority of the people, success is a castle in the air. Work hard, you will be able to build the foundations sequentially. You do not become successful, right, when you start dreaming. You don't. But then think about something bigger. Who has put this dream in your head? किसी ने तो आपके सिर में ये सपना भरा है. Who is that? It is the good God above. It is the divine power. It is your family member or you yourself. If somebody has got the dream in your head, it automatically means that it just requires a fuel to complete it. And you know what is the fuel for the dream in the head? It is discipline, it is hard work, it is dedication, and most importantly, it is a promise to yourself, कुछ भी हो जाए, अब झुकेगा नहीं. Thank you very much.